A little while ago I made a video about how our society tries to get us to memorize things as opposed to thinking about them, and how it's more important to think about them. And then I made another video elaborating on why it's so important to think and be aware of your surroundings and the consequences of your actions and all that kind of stuff. Well, I feel like I need to round out the trilogy and explain why that's so important to your own life and how it affects you in the world, and just makes everything better when you actually think about what you're doing and pay attention. So if you start thinking about your actions and the consequences and paying attention and just being aware of what you're doing, you'll find that a lot of things that we take for granted are really stupid, bad ideas. So maybe you're used to buying things to make yourself feel better. You know, I'm not feeling that great right now, I'm going to go out shopping. And then you tell yourself the truth, which is, oh, I'm just doing this pointless, empty thing that will give me a little bit of, instant gratification, and then I'll feel bad later because I'll have this extra piece of garbage that I just wasted some money on. Then I need to go buy another thing to make myself feel better, and I'm just supporting this system that creates just mountains of garbage, and there's all this bad stuff. Okay, so I'm not just going to go buy frivolous things to make myself feel better. Let's see, what else can I do? Oh, I'm going to go watch some TV. Oh, but wait, if I tell myself the truth, the TV is full of garbage, and really, I should stop wasting my money paying for the cable, which, I mean, watching these shows doesn't make me feel better. It just makes me angry, watching all these shows of angry people being angry to each other. It just makes me feel bad. And, it's just a total waste of time. I'm not getting anything out of it. So let me not watch TV. And you go through all these things, and you're like, man, everything I do, everything I want to do is bad and crappy and is not helping my life. And if I actually think about it, I can't do anything. And then you sit down and you're just like, well, there's nothing I can do except just sit here and think. So then you sit here and think, all right, what can I do? What can I do? Well, let me text. Oh, I can't text that person. I don't even know them. I don't care about them. They don't care about me. We just text back and forth because we have nothing else to do. Okay, not going to text that person. Maybe I'll go talk to this guy over here. Hey, neighbor person, do you have a name, like, other than that neighbor over there? And then you start having conversations with real life people. And then it's like, well, what else do I do? I can't do any of that other garbage. All right, well, my kids are playing hopscotch. Let me go play hopscotch with them, if you have kids. Obviously, it doesn't apply to people who don't have kids, but there's other kids playing hopscotch. You can go play hopscotch with them. And then you're like, well, I got nothing else to do. I'm going to go shovel my own snow out of my driveway instead of calling the usual dude. So you go out there, do some shoveling, get some exercise, and you're like, well, I was going to spend the next 2.5 hours watching a movie, but that's a total waste of time because that's going to be garbage, and I'll just feel like a sloth after. So instead, I'm going to make a special dinner for me and my special peoples. So then you go in the kitchen and make some fancy food and have a little dinner party. And then pretty soon you start getting this weird feeling, like satisfaction, or like kind of feeling good about yourself, and you realize the other people in your life around you start feeling good about you too, and like they want to be around you, as opposed to before where, people would hang out with you because they kind of felt obligated while you sat there and looked at your screen or did nothing. But now that you're starting to interact with the real world, just everything is changing and everything's getting better. And you're making the world around you better. You're, fixing up your lawn, planting some tomatoes instead of just doing nothing, planting, virtual things in some video game or something. And then you get tomatoes. Oh, so nice. And then after a while, you think, what was I doing before? And you look back at that old life where you couldn't do anything when you actually thought about it, and realized it was just this little tiny bubble of a prison that someone else convinced you to construct for yourself. And while you were inside this little bubble of a prison, you thought it was everything. You thought the next text message is the world, and you know your social media feeds, that's everything. And oh, I gotta see what Trump said lately. Oh, and here's another politician. Oh, they're getting angry at each other. Oh, I gotta watch that. And just all this garbagey stuff. And oh, I gotta swipe my card and buy some more stuff. And like it was just this little bubble of a universe, and that was everything. But all you were doing was like staring through these screens and through all this virtual money and stuff. You're just staring at a void of nothingness, thinking it was the most important thing. But now that you're outside of that bubble, you sit there and wonder, what was I doing in there? Why would anyone choose to live inside there? And that's how you get out of that bubble, is you start thinking about what you're doing and paying attention to the world and start rejecting things that are bad ideas that you know are bad ideas. Because a lot of times people just, they know they're doing things that are bad ideas, but they just say, well, it's just this one time. And it's been like the 8,000th time in a row already. It's just this one time. Or, I just don't, that's, whatever, don't worry about it. Just don't think about it, just do it, But now, start thinking about all the stuff you do. And reject all the stuff that's stupid. And if you think that's everything, just ride it out for a little while. Because you may find, actually I guarantee that you'll find, if you stick with it long enough, you'll find there's this whole world of other good ideas of things to do that actually affect your life and make you happier, and make the people around you happier, and make the world better, and everyone would just start doing that. A lot of problems would be solved. Yeah, I think, did I cover everything there? I don't know. I'm going to go do some real life stuff. Oh, and to everyone who's already out there in the world doing real life stuff instead of just watching YouTube videos. Maybe you're one of those people who just comes back to check in and share some inspiration. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for caring about yourself. Thank you for caring about the world. Thanks for checking in with me. Thanks for sharing your inspiration with me and letting me share mine with you. And yeah, man, just thanks for making the world a better place. And I'm going to go try to do that right now too. And everyone who's stuck in the bubble and doesn't know it, I don't know, it's really hard to figure out what to say to someone who's in the bubble, because it doesn't look like you're in the bubble when you're in there. It just looks like you're in the bubble from the outside perspective. Start thinking about what you're doing and rejecting all the bad ideas. Just see how it goes. It's going to be difficult. You're going to feel bored and frustrated for a week or two. But just ride it out. Just test it out. Maybe it'll be really awesome. And if not, then you just go back to watching TV all day. No big deal. Okay, I'm going.